Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mr. Anger. Yeah, I've been gone for a little while. I made a promise, and hey, I just let you in. I gotta let my dogs out. Hold on one second. Alright. Sorry, I had to let the dog out. Daggone thing just came inside and wants to go back outside. Oh, well, whatever. I know I made a promise to make a video as often as I could, and I've disappeared for quite some time, but I'm back now. There's some truths and some information that I need to dispense, and I will dispense it to you in this episode. As always, warning, parental advisory. I do use a little bit of language. So, yeah, know what your kids are doing, yada, yada, yada. This is going to be a hard episode for me to do. I know I'm probably going to lose some people because people are judgmental and they're going to think whatever they want to think, and that's people's prerogatives. That's their rights here in America. They can think whatever they want to think, but I'm here to tell you and represent the truth, and I've always been straightforward, so I should be straightforward now and explain why I haven't been around for the last little while. Well, I ended up going to jail. I was convicted of something I didn't do. I know everybody who's ever got convicted of something says I didn't do it, but I really do mean this. What happened? To break it down in a quick, quintessential, easy to digest way is my stepdaughter, got caught at school doing something that she wasn't supposed to, threw me under the bus, made up some lies, and I got convicted for it. I've lost everything. I've lost my family, I've lost my wife and kids, and I'm now starting all over again. Now, people are going to say, well, what happened? Well, if you remember my last episode that I did before all this went down, daggone that dog, I swear. What, cat? You want to go back outside? Go outside. It's 20 degrees outside. I didn't think so. Cat stands there, feels the breeze, and then turns back around, I swear. Oh, hush. Anyways, what happened was, that during that last episode, I said that my daughter got expelled for fighting. That turned out not to be true. And I didn't find that out until after police started knocking on my door and accusing me of doing some pretty heinous things to my daughter. And basically, it was a lie. She didn't get expelled for fighting. I didn't find out until after I was in jail that she got expelled for doing something sexual with some boy underneath the stairs, and that's what she got caught doing, and that's why she got expelled. And instead of her wanting to get in trouble, because she turned me in falsely before one time to social services for doing hardcore drugs, and I went down there and took the test, the piss test, right in front of them, and passed it with flying colors and proved her wrong. But this time, they went to the police station instead of just social service, and yeah, things got out of hand really, really fast. Next thing I know, I was being arrested, accused of something that I didn't do. I was in jail, my wife was on my side, saying that what my stepdaughter was saying was a lie, telling my friends and family and testifying on my behalf, saying that what my stepdaughter was saying wasn't true. And she was on my side for quite some time, for about 2 months, and then she went dark on everybody. She just started ignoring our friends or family, and she just automatically, about 3 weeks later, showed back up with another gentleman. Yeah. All my stuff has been sold, and I lost my vehicles, and I had nothing, I was in jail. Without her being on my side, it was just, she used that situation to her advantage, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And now I'm convicted of something that, My actual conviction is indecent liberties. The conviction states that I told my stepdaughter to, talk to her mom and nanny about some, sexual situations that she came to me about. And if they didn't feel, you know, they didn't explain the situations to her, then she could come to me and I'd show her a place to watch videos about it. And that's what I was convicted for. And now I'm on parole for a year, and I have to register with the state. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I was convicted of. I mean, it started off much more heinous and much more worse than that. I mean, it started off as that I touched her, and then I tried to get her to touch herself, and then it all dwindled down to that in the end. So, I mean, it changed so much in the courts, and I didn't have a choice. I mean, a week before trial, yeah, I was going to go before I ended up a surprise visit in front of the judge, actually, because the state was denying, the documents from the school and the social services to help prove my case. So a week before my trial, and the state is blocking key evidence that would have helped me in my case. So they offered me a plea bargain. It was either take the plea bargain or go in front of a jury and risk being found guilty and spend 10 years behind bars. And I don't deal with non-absolutes. I just don't do it. So I got convicted, or I took the plea bargain, which I pleaded no contest. Because, I mean, if I was biological, none of this would have mattered. But since I was my stepfather, and that was my stepchild, that's considered indecent liberties. So, I don't know. I was just trying to be a parent. She came to me about advice, one day after school. I didn't even bring the subject up, and she brought the subject up. And she was sitting on the couch. She's like, my friends were talking to me about sexual situations, and I want to know more. Yeah, that's when I told her. I said, you need to talk to your mom or your grandmother about that. But I knew, I had a bad feeling because with Nicole's death, a lot of sexual conversations were coming up because people were paying attention to the news and seeing that she was on kick, and they were saying that she was a whore and pregnant and all that stuff. I mean, kids at school were picking on my stepdaughter about that, and which I know it wasn't the kids doing. I know it was the parents that were watching the news and formulating their own opinions and mouthing off to their children and saying, "Oh well, that's their cousin, so she's probably a whore too." And the conversation about sex came up way before it should have come up. I mean, she's 14, but still, you know, it was about the time for those kind of conversations to start and curiosity to start. And when those first subject came up and she approached me and her mother, uh, her mother didn't take these conversations very well. She didn't want to see her kid grow up. And I told her, I said, you're going to have to approach these subjects with her and teach her, and the safe ways. You don't want her getting the information from her friends, but she came home from school saying she's getting information from her friends. So I told her to go to her mother and grandmother, and if they didn't feel like telling her the information, even though her mother felt that she was too young to learn about these situations, come to me. I'd rather, take her to a website where she can watch videos and learn the right way instead of listening to a bunch of teenagers who don't know dick about anything. And for that, I get punished. And for that, my wife takes advantage and has an affair. But she must have had a horse in the stable, for quite a while for her to move on that quick. In 3 weeks, she went from, I love you, I would never leave you, you're my heart and my soul, to complete darkness, in 3 weeks' time, to screw you, I got a new man. And selling all of our stuff, everything that we built together in the last 12 years. It's been rough. I got out on November 23rd. I'm getting ready to go back to work. I'm convicted of something I didn't do. I got to live with this. I got to find a way to live with this. I got to find a way to have a future. my future was evolved around my kids and my family, and it always involved them. And now I'm trying to find a new future. I will continue doing my shows. I know this will probably, turn some people off, and people will probably be mad at me, and I'll probably lose subscribers. But hey, I mean, it's your right to feel how you do. I mean, I just want to be open and honest. Um, you know, I can't hide the truth. I can't do that to people. I can't pretend I'm something I'm not. I just can't do that. Um, you know, it sucks. It does. It's been one heartbreak after another. Like I said, my daughter has lied so many times before, and them blocking those key evidences and the trial less than a week away, it was having absolute with a plea bargain or not having non-absolute and possibly face worse. And I took the absolute. I don't know. Maybe I should have went to trial. Maybe I should have had them hear it out. But as much as I thought about it, sitting in a trial, people try to say that they're not biased, but their biases will show. It will show, and most people will side with a child over an adult any day. I mean, that's just the way of the world. I mean, that's the way I would do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I'd taken it to trial, I may have been found not guilty. I don't know, but it was a flip of a coin, and I can't take chances. I can't do it. Couldn't do it. Like I said, I'll be continue doing the episode now that since I'm no longer part of that family. There are some things that I want to say about that I couldn't say before because I was trying to. It's not protect, but trying to be nice to my family. And now that I'm no longer a part, and they decided to hurt me, in such a way that it's heinous. I'm not trying to hurt anybody by this, but I feel that this truth needs to come out. The situation with Nicole Lovell could have been prevented. It could have been. It could have been prevented. It should have been prevented. 2 days before Nicole Lovell went missing, my oldest daughter, her stepdaughter, she came home and she told us that she was talking to 2 boys. David was one of them. She gave us the names and everything. We informed her mother. We sent her mother a text saying that she was seeing these boys, older boys, and planning to go out and do things with them. The mother should have been a responsible parent. Should have checked her phone instead of just saying, "You're a liar." If she would have been a responsible parent, Nicole would probably still be alive. Oh well. I'm sorry, Blaine, Blaine's her brother. If you're watching this episode, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that the full weight of this goes on the mother. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that responsibility does belong with her as well. I will be on here trying to do episodes as much as I can, so as I'm figuring out my future and figuring out things to do, I'm just trying to do and live the best that I can, and hopefully make a new future out of this mess and chaos that I've been thrust into. I'm Mr. Anchor. Y'all have a great day.